Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Absolute Physics for HSC. This is our first lecture of physics. See, it is the introductory lecture, and the introduction we start here. Let us recall the points or topics you have studied in 9th and 10th standard. Those are like this: laws of motion means Newton's first law, second law, third law of motion, gravitation, then concept of work and types of energies, study of sound. One more topic is heat, the phenomena of reflection of light, refraction of light, effect of electric current, that means heating effect of electric current, magnetic effect of electric current you have studied. Also some introductory part of space mission is there. So these topics are the part of basic science which is known as physics. So we have to mean physics. Physics is the branch of natural science. It studies nature and its laws. The word physics is obtained from a Greek word physic, means nature, and there is another word physis, means knowledge of nature. We also define physics in this way: physics is the study of energy, matter and their interaction. Physics is a quantitative science. For the study of energy and matter, some properties of the matter we have to consider, and those properties must be measurable. So some properties can be quantified. Therefore, the properties we can call as quantities and physical quantities. Physical quantities means the quantities which are measurable. So when the study of matter is there, study of energy is there, then there are measurements of some physical quantities. And the study of physics involves observations and side by side measurements also. It involves experimentation. So when we observe some properties, or when we study energy, then we have to perform experiments. So physics involves experimentation, and then the next step is formulation of laws or principles as well as some theoretical points. So here I explain one example of law of gravitation. So when Newton formulated law of gravitation, before that he observed falling fruit and he performed number of experiments related to the falling objects. Number of experiments he performed, number of observation he made, number of measurements he made, and then he formulated Newton's law of gravitation. So the next step of the study of physics is verification of laws. So Newton verified that law. The next step is application of laws. Newton's law of gravitation is applied to many objects, and then that law now we can study in physics. So any law in physics, any principle in physics, or number of theoretical points in physics we study because those laws are formulated as well as those laws are verified by scientists. Also we can verify those laws. We can apply the laws in day-to-day life. Here What is the scope of physics? Physics is concerned with the study of matter and energy, now, in all fields, right from fundamental particles to entire universe. From the basic particle like atom, it is divided into two domains, which is first domain is macroscopic domain, means the objects which are observable, on which we can study in laboratory. We can handle those objects, we can observe the objects with naked eye, and the study from the objects which are the objects in laboratory, as well as the objects or the celestial objects, means right from the laboratory to the astronomical scale. That study is called as macroscopic study. And the next domain is microscopic, means the objects which we cannot see our naked eye. We have to use some instruments like microscopes for the study of particles or objects, means the particles if they are of atomic size. Some particles are again the size which is very small, nuclear particles are there, then they are under the heading microscopic domain. Study of atomic, molecular and nuclear phenomena we can study in the physics. Therefore, the physics is a vast subject. It studies from fundamental particle to the entire universe. Now, why we have to study physics? The answer is physics is a fundamental science. It is a basic science. And the advantage of studying physics is that study of physics develops your skills of critical thinking, reasoning, and problem solving. Here, critical thinking means the thinking in depth. Here, I can give one example that when we study different subjects like languages, say Marathi or English, because of the study of English or Marathi, we can acquire the skill of writing. We can acquire the skill of reading. So such skills can be acquired by the study of languages. Similarly, when we study physics, we can acquire the skill of critical thinking, reasoning, like this. Physics provides broad foundation to study of basic sciences, means it is helpful to the basic science like chemistry, biology also. Physics is the basic requirement of professional courses like medical sciences. The study of physics is helpful in medical sciences also, in technology also, in engineering, in agriculture, everywhere. In all professional courses, physics is taken as a base for that study. Now, how to study physics? The sentence related to study of physics is regular study is important. You have to manage your material of study, as well as you have to manage the time so that we can study physics. And physics is easy when you are thorough with basics. So at the beginning of the lecture, I have recalled some points like laws of motion, gravitation, effect of current. Such points are basic points, and we have to revise basic points time to time when we study the physics in 11th and 12th standard. The next way to make the physics easy is that we have to make concepts clear. So any concept we have to make it clear and then we have to proceed. So for example, when we study potential energy, especially the gravitational potential energy, we must have to know the concept related to work, and then we can study the potential energy. So any type of potential energy is related to the work. So if the concept of work is clear, then we can proceed for the further discussion. Physics is easy by the proper use of required mathematics. Up to the 10th standard, you have studied algebra and geometry. Now, some mathematical points are there. I have mentioned in bracket the algebra. There is one more topic which is vector algebra. Then third one is logarithm. So logarithm is used to solve complicated calculations. Mensuration you have studied in 9th and 10th standard. It is also required. Trigonometry. One more operation which is derivative. There is another operation which is integration. So these points or topics in mathematics we have to use while studying the physics, so that the derivations, formulations we can understand easily. Now the contents in the 11th physics syllabus is here given with weightage and marks for the annual examination. So the first topic is unit and measurement. In annual exam it is asked for 7 marks. Second topic is mathematical method. It is also asked for 7 marks. Third one is motion in plane. Now this topic you know in 9th or 10th standard. Laws of motion you know. So there are some topics like this. Electric current through the conductors and their weightages are given here. Magnetism is one more topic. 13 number is electromagnetic waves and communication. And 14th topic is semiconductor. Here the topics like units and measurement, mathematical methods, electromagnetic waves and communication systems, and semiconductor. These 4 topics are new to you in physics. You have to study these topics. These topics are base or basics of the topics which we are going to study in 12th standard. Now we introduce evaluation of 11th standard. There is evaluation scheme here. First unit test is of 25 marks. First term examination of 50 marks. Second unit test is of 25 marks. There is annual practical examination of 30 marks and annual paper is of 70 marks. So total 200 marks are there for the evaluation of physics, chemistry and biology. These are the 3 subjects of plain science and 3 more subjects, maths, English and Marathi are there. In that the evaluation of practical exam is of 20 marks, second term exam is of 80 marks. These subjects are also evaluated for 200 marks here given, but here we take one example. If a student gets total of 190 marks out of 200 in one of the subjects, then he will get 95 marks out of 100. So in progress card, the marks are indicated out of 100 but evaluated for 200 marks. So you can understand it when you go through the exam pattern. Now in 12th science, the science subjects physics, chemistry and biology are evaluated in this way. Practical examination is of 30 marks, theory paper is of 70 marks, and total 100 marks are given. In maths, English and Marathi are also 100 marks is there, but practicals and oral examinations are for 20 marks, theory paper 80 marks. So this is about the scheme of evaluation in 12th standard. I have just introduced here, and in few days I will give you paper pattern for 11th as well as 12th annual exam, as well as unit test and term exams. Now today we stop here the introduction of physics. Thank you.